Hey everybody, my name's Baxter from Casino Guitars in North Carolina. I'm here with Mark from Taylor Guitars.
Longtime friend.
We're good friends.
Dude. Me hanging.
It's actually a true story. Is we were in a cover band, a Keith Urban cover band, back when I was younger in the 80s, and he is the manly Keith Urban.
And I hired Steve Stevens to be the other guitar player in the band, so it actually worked out well.
Or Tim Burton, I get that a lot too. But an attractive Tim Burton.
Right, yeah, that's what I've heard.
Mark, man, it's awesome to see you.
It's good to see you.
How have you been?
Been good. It's this new year. Kind of excited about the whole Namm thing and getting started on with all the new stuff we're working on.
I'm super excited. You have gorgeous new guitars here too.
Yep.
Tell me something about them, please.
I know what's going on. All right. So here's the deal. I'm going to give you the full rundown. So we're starting with our Academy series, and you're a guitar teacher, so you're going to really appreciate this.
You like this?
The Academy series, basically, over the last 3 years, as you know, as a dealer, we have the design team, Andy Powers. And I say we, I'm referring to the design team led by Andy Powers.
I thought you did this.
I didn't. They did it, but I get to tell you about it. They redesigned virtually every series of our guitars, right? They did the 800 series, 900, 5, 6, 7s. And in the process, what ended up happening was they were able to come up with a lot of efficiency in our manufacturing, and we broke ground some new things that we were able to do now that we weren't able to do, which really led to this guitar. Something that's been close to Taylor Guitars forever is wanting to make a guitar for a brand new guitar player. You know, we're all about creating new guitar players because is the world not a better place with more guitar players?
It'd be so much, there'd be no war.
That's right.
No hunger.
We could solve all the problems of the day.
Can I even stop you real quick? Can I just notice something?
Yeah.
Can I just grab this? I mean, there's an armrest on this guitar.
Yes, there
There's
is.
an arm. I know you're probably going to talk about this, but that's freaking me out. There's an armrest.
Mine, yeah.
So I can play this and be comfortable.
That's right.
I love
Think
you.
about this. Okay. Who needs a good playing guitar? Somebody that's starting.
Right.
I just answered that for you.
I was going to answer.
That was a rhetorical question.
I'm really upset.
All right, so basically, when they set out to design the guitar, we really wanted to make guitar players give them the most chance for success because it is challenging. If you buy a cheap guitar, high action, string height, big bulky guitar, doesn't stay in tune and sounds bad, you've strummed some chords, guitar's likely going in the closet and you're going to quit playing. So we decided, okay, let's make a guitar with three things in mind, really. We want playability, durability, and affordability, right? Awesome. I want a guitar that plays fantastic, and the way we did that was we made a little bit thinner nut width at 111/16, so smaller hands or new hands can get between the strings comfortably. The strings are a little bit closer together. We also did a shorter string length, also known as scale length of the instrument, which again helps the strings to be a little bit slinkier, a little bit easier to press down.
Perfect.
Couple that with a lower string height, also known as action, and now you've got a guitar where you can barely press these strings down and it plays really well. Then what you talked about, this is genius right here. This is our armrest. And typically people say, well, why don't you put an armrest on everything? Because typically if you buy one of our premier guitars, 900 series or a custom guitar, you can get an armrest, but I think it's like a $1,500 upcharge because it's very labor intensive.
It's at least that. We just bought a few of them.
Yeah, it's time intensive, labor intensive, all those things.
Awesome.
And the reason being is you have to build the guitar and then there's binding and finish. You have to go back and make the armrest after the fact. But because on these Academy series guitars, we want everybody to have the most potential success, we were able to make a guitar with no binding, an easy finish, and in the process, this right here is now able to be done with some of our machines. And that's something that all of the upgrades we've done the last few years kind of gave us the ability to do this for the first time. So that being said, now we can offer this for a brand new student is, again, who needs it? Put your arm there, it's comfortable. Press the strings down lightly, it's comfortable. So basically the guitar is everything you need without anything you don't. And then finally, the cool thing, we have electronics on this one. With the electronics, you have a built-in tuner, and you also have the ability to plug it in and play live, because ultimately, once you start playing, you're gonna play a lot, you're gonna get good, you're gonna wanna rock out and be a rock star, right?
I hope so.
All right, and so the models we came out with, this is cool. We decided to go with a Dreadnought,
of course.
Traditional strumming, power guitar, anything just for singer-songwriter stuff. But our Grand Concert, which is our smallest full-size guitar.
That's my favorite guitar.
Yeah, me too, coincidentally.
Yeah, I love it.
So this is an A10. Academy Tensors, or Academy Dreadnought E.
That's a big guitar. It's for small frame guys like us.
That's right.
It's a big body.
But it is light, it is durable, all that good stuff. The other one, the 12 back here we have, A12, it's a Grand Concert.
Gorgeous, right?
Same features, same playability, but in a smaller body. It lends itself a little better to finger picking, obviously, which is cool. And then the kind of the X factor, I think, is the nylon string version. We created an A12EN or an A12N. So again, Grand Concert, nylon string, but they made it a 12th fret also.
Super exciting.
Right, so we talk about 12 frets. This guitar and the regular A12 are connected at the 14th fret. When we go to a 12th fret, we take our necks and we push them down into the body of the guitar. That brings your left hand a little bit closer. As you know, much more comfortable. So you have a nylon string, which is very easy to fret out, low action, short string length, and with the armrest and the smaller body, super comfortable.
We're super excited about it too.
As far as durability, it's a Taylor.
Should we do a test?
Yeah, we'll do the test at the Marriott later, right?
Okay,
Off
perfect.
the 6th floor.
That's not on camera.
So durability is definitely there, but also maintenance is easy to take care of. And then finally, affordability.
Yes,
These guitars
that's
are
awesome.
starting in the U.S. $500, $499, which is ridiculous.
Thank you. I mean, you're killing all the other guys with that.
Well, the idea is this. It's
great.
Say you come in, someone
Perfect.
comes into your store and they want to spend $300 on a new guitar. They're kind of dipping their toe in the water. They're not sure they're going to hang.
We get that a lot.
Then you just say, look, you know what? For $200 more, you're going to get a guitar that will last you virtually a lifetime, and you're going to get an exponentially better playing experience, and your chance of success is going to be significantly greater as well. So it might be a wise investment. For a couple extra $100, you're getting this logo, quality guitar, everything you need, nothing
Right.
you don't, and that's pretty much our Academy series. So
Awesome, man. Thank you. I had a question. Does it come with a case?
it does come with a case. It comes
What?
with a really nice soft shell,
It comes with a
soft gig
case.
bag. It does come with a nice gig bag like we have for our GS Minis. So it's pretty
Guys,
spectacular.
we love GS Minis too.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
We sell a lot of them
Right
as
on.
well. I just gave my wife one for Christmas. Fantastic.
Store owner and seller, and you gave one to your wife for Christmas.
It's the
That's
first
awesome.
guitar I've ever given my wife because she just started 4 months ago. So
And that's the perfect guitar to start
perfect
on.
guitar.
Until this. This
I
may be
know,
right out there as well.
I have to give her another guitar now.
That's it.
Oh,
Let's move
beautiful.
on.
Go.
So,
Keep going.
Academy Series, we're going to come back with a GS
Love it.
Mini bass. All right, this is our GS Mini bass.
Can I touch it?
You can. You can hold it.
I just want to touch it.
What do you think?
It's so beautiful.
Dude, you sound great on it.
It's
too.
like a little warlock.
I didn't know
of
you could play
love.
bass.
I'm a great bass player.
You sound like it. Yeah.
I don't know how to play guitar actually. I'm still learning.
Excellent. GS Mini bass. Built on the chassis of our wildly popular GS Mini, which you just bought for your wife. The guitar, basically our idea was to include a faction of musicians that are often not included, bass players. That's one reason we built this instrument. Think about it, when you go to a campfire, how many bass players are sitting around the campfire on an acoustic bass?
I haven't been to a campfire in a while.
It's an East Coast thing. It's
Okay.
the West Coast thing, we have them.
Go on.
Moving on from there, backstage, when you're doing any kind of vocal rehearsal,
Yes.
it's always a guitar player or two, and always a bunch of vocalists. A bass player, he's in the corner and he's playing air bass, right?
Right.
That doesn't sound good. It doesn't add anything. It looks cool, but it doesn't sound good.
It sounds bad usually.
So this, you have a GS Mini for that application. You have it for the tour bus. If you're running a rehearsal on a tour bus, you have it for the couch. A lot of bass players really are not very portable because a bass is a larger instrument, often requires amplification. So if you want to sit and annoy your wife on the couch, this is a great way to practice.
I do that without a guitar.
Right. The other, that was good. The other thing it's great
I prepared
for,
that one.
yeah, you did. That was worked. The other people that we like to make this bass for is guitar players that are tracking their own music. If you're writing music, you're a guitar player, not typically a bass player. Now you can jump on a GS Mini bass.
Yes.
You can rock it out. Comes with electronics and a tuner, so it's ready to go. Plug and play.
But does this one come with a case too?
It does come with a case, which is killer. And on top of that,
like 12.
It's an instrument. I know you've got a couple little kids. When I was talking to Andy Powers in one of our Namm show meetings last week, he was telling me, he's like, this is almost the perfect instrument to start somebody that's interested in a stringed instrument, little kid, because when you play bass, you're breaking it down to the root of the chord typically, especially when you're starting. You're learning how to fret the note. You can learn some basic rhythms on it, and the strings are very easy to play.
Because I touched the string earlier and I was sort of shocked. It's like this is the easiest playing bass string I felt.
It really is.
It's like a nylon guitar.
Well, let me tell you, okay, interesting you say that, because here's what's going on. There were 3 things that were next to impossible that we had to solve for to make this thing happen. The first was the strings themselves. You had to have the right weight, the right tension gauge, everything for this shorter scale length. So Andy Powers went to work with the guys from Diadaria, and they invented a string that's exclusive to this bass. It's a nylon core string, bronze wrap, dipped in their EXP coating, so the strings last a long time. It's weighted properly.
No, it feels like a guitar to play.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
unbelievable.
I mean, little kids can press these notes down and get a clear note.
If I can do it,
If you can do it, a little
anybody
kid can
do
maybe
it,
do it
yes.
as well, right? So the other thing was, so once we solved the string issue, was these bridge pins. This was a real challenge, because to have bass strings and big bridge pins, you were thinking about a big, chunky, not aesthetically pleasing looking
And
bridge.
it's horrible sounding too.
So, yeah, exactly. So Andy Powers went in and he created this thing. It's called a dual-pronged bridge pin. And what it is, it looks kind of like an old-fashioned clothespin. Two little legs right there. What it does is you push the string in, and it pushes the string towards the back of the guitar. And what that does is it makes the break angle of the string less. Because on a big, thick string, trying to have that 90 degree over the top is kind of brutal. It kills the tone, maybe kills some of the intonation issues.
No, we were all trying to figure out how it sounds so good. Because it's small.
That's
it
actually
sound
one
this
of
good.
that. This is really one of the unsung heroes. It's so good that we actually had it patented, and the reason is they stay in place. That's really cool. Is as you tighten the string, the pins are pulled apart, and it locks it in place. So it puts the exact amount of pressure on the pin to keep it in place.
It's like an evil fishing lure.
It is, exactly. And then
Fantastic.
when you take the strings off, the pin comes right out, so you're not fighting it to get to change strings. So we've thought of everything
We have
because
thought of everything, I think.
think of this, bridge posts. We needed bigger bridge posts, but we didn't want some big gnarly looking, tuning keys up
That would
here.
be horrible.
So we worked with one of our tuning suppliers. We came up with these bridge posts that were bigger, kept the back smaller, works perfectly. And the coolest thing is you string it up, you play it.
And you can actually hear it.
How loud is that?
You can hear it. We have acoustic basses in the shop, and I can't hear them when I hit it. This is perfect.
It's just an incredible instrument.
I'm very upset with you guys again.
You should be furious.
I am furious.
Because this is going to dominate the world, and your wife's going to want one of these next year for
I
Christmas.
cannot afford another guitar for my wife.
Well,
She's
you can't afford a divorce. You might not think about the guitar. So
God bless you, Mark.
here's the GS Mini bass. All right, what I'm holding here is our new 800 Deluxe. Don't shudder.
I just
we
did
have
shudder.
not forgotten about our established customer base, and in
But
so
the-
doing, bring it.
Go. I'm sorry.
You're floored, right?
The tuning pegs. You go to tuners.
We're going to talk about those.
Oh, going.
So here's what we did.
Whatever.
Our 900 series, you're well versed, but our 900 series,
Yes,
a little
we've
more ornate,
had a few of
incredible
those.
instruments. We decided to up the 800 series a little bit because our 800 series is kind of our flagship guitar, but we wanted to create kind of an 800 series on steroids. So we did 3 main components to make this guitar play better, sound better, and just be a little bit more kind of that guitar that's in between the 800 and 900 series.
Right.
So it's at a more cost-effective price point, but you get a lot of the features of the 900 series without all the
But it
other
looks
stuff.
perfect.
It does.
It's perfect.
Look
It's
at
like-
this, dude.
I
This
know,
is our
I
new
know.
Radius armrest.
I thought the armrest on the Academy series was phenomenal. This is even better.
Yeah, look at the binding. It's a rosewood armrest, which is super cool.
How do you bind it? Don't tell me.
It's crazy. Talk to Andy Powers. Get him on camera.
wizardry.
He'll tell you.
I don't trust it.
Super comfortable. Nice rounded radius armrest there. And it's not only comfortable, but it's also functional in that it keeps your arm off the top of the guitar.
Yes.
So when you see people with their arm down here, they're kind of deadening the top of it a little
Right.
bit, taking away some of the vibration, which is kind of a challenge. So keeping your arm off there, it's going to make the guitar resonate a little bit more.
Perfect.
And then the turbocharger of this is that we added Adirondack spruce bracing. So now when you dig
you
in,
did
it's
it.
got just a
You
little bit
did
more
it.
power, a little more volume. Your arm's off the top, so you get
Overtone's got to explode in there.
It really does. And then what you pointed out down here was our Godot 510 tuners. These have a 21-to-1 gear ratio. All of our guitars have an 18-to-1 gear ratio, but these being 21-to-1, it's 3 more now, isn't it?
No, and we have customers ask for these on everything.
Of course.
Because they're gorgeous. I
They're awesome.
I had somebody put them on a GS Mini.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 'cause
that's actually
they're-
not a bad call on a shorter scale guitar.
They're
That's a good
awesome. They're gorgeous.
call. Yeah, and they're so fine-tuned. They're comfortable. They're built like,
They
like
cost as much as the Mini, but it was
right.
great. It was totally worth it.
If you're playing a Mini all the time, it's not a bad move.
Why not?
But having the guitar stay in tune really well, having the arm off the guitar, and
Yes.
having that extra horsepower under the hood, the 800 Series Deluxe is something I think people are really going to fall in love with.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And we did it in 3 offerings. We did our 810E, which is our Dreadnought,
Right.
with no cutaway. So a little more
wow.
traditional. So that thing
Awesome.
is just a cannon. You dig into that thing and it roars. So that's really
Very
nice. We did the 812 CE 12th fret, which is our grand
Which
concert,
I adore.
small body, 12th fret. So you throw the Addy on that, along with the armrest, cool tuners.
Awesome.
And that guitar, to me, is probably my single favorite SKU just off the wall. It's incredible.
That's what I'm going to have to steal for myself one of these days.
Yes,
If
exactly.
my wife lets me.
Yeah, or just, put it under the business, right?
I can't do that.
And then finally, our 814 CE, which this is our staple flagship, but with all the bells and whistles that we
And
talked
by the way,
about.
we have several of these coming to our store in North Carolina, Casino Guitars.
Casino Guitars has the 800 Series Deluxe.
Lots of
They're
them.
awesome.
Lots
So,
of them. Come see them. And some 900s.
Yeah, you got it all there.
We have a lot of
Been to your
guitars.
store. I've been to the store several times. Casino Guitars is for real. It's killer.
What's a small little town nestled in the sandhills of North Carolina?
The Southern Pines? Is that what you guys
Southern
are?
Pines. Southern
See,
Pines.
I even remember.
I can't believe you remember
See
that.
that? Yeah.
And they always come eat at the same restaurant, but it's a guitar mecca.
Yeah.
It's a golf, guitar, horseback riding.
Lots of celebrities hang out there, so if you want to do celebrity
You know,
sighting.
it's weird. There's been like Steven Tyler walking down the street. There's Ben Affleck. I don't understand why they're there.
Don't know,
It's a
it's
really
fun.
small town, but they're really attractive in person.
Yeah, they are.
And Keith Urban's Mark's been there.
That's right. Steve Stevens.
Steve-
No. Wait, who else are you? Dweezil Zappa.
I've
got
got
some
lots
of
of. I had Mr. Bean crossed with Brad Pitt once,
Never heard
which
that
is
one.
not a compliment.
I got
But
John
I don't
Bon
even
Jovi
like Brad
once,
Pitt that
so
much.
whatever.
I love Mr. Bean.
With that, Casino Guitars, check out all the new products from Taylor Guitars at Casino Guitars. Baxter,
Mark,
always a pleasure, man.
Thank you, man. Let's have dinner.
All right, we'll do it.
Thank you, buddy.
Take care of yourself.